and said that this whistleblower is creditable, that his complaint is valid. I'm taking it to my boss. My boss is the National Intelligence Director. National Intelligence Director's name is Joseph McGuire. Joseph McGuire said, well, this is some hot shit. I got it. I don't know what to do. This is some hot shit. What do I do? And he goes to William Barr, who is technically his boss.
Right, which is right.
Somebody who is mentioned in the complaint. And so that prompts the IG to go to Congress.
And this is around the mid-September. He goes to them and says, they're not letting me release the complaint of the whistleblower to you.
And you need it because this is some hot shit in this complaint.
Right.
That's the name of this episode.
Okay.
It's going to be hot shit.
Right. So I believe I believe that was on the 18th. So on the 19th, okay, Congress still didn't know what was going on. They were left in the dark. But then we all know that everything leaks in this White House. It was a leak of the complaint that Donald Trump was on a phone call with the Ukraine leader about something, but they didn't know what it was, and that Donald Trump had promised him something. But again, they didn't know what it was. It was just a leak. That was on the 19th.
And when that leak got to the reporters and the press,
it blew up.
It was murder, she wrote.
So that's when we knew about it. So backtrack. Remember, that phone call was on July the 25th.
You people didn't even know that was happening on the 25th.
On the 25th. We didn't know about it until September the 18th, I'm going to say.
Right. So this phone call, this entire story almost happened in secret, and America knew nothing about it. It is only within the last week. If you're listening to this podcast by October the 3rd of 2019, it is within the last week that all of this information has become public knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's still seeping out.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous. And Rudy Giuliani, the personal lawyer of Donald Trump, went on CNN that same night, September the 19th, after the leak, and basically confirmed it. It was like, yeah, I requested dirt on Joe Biden. I went there for that.
You know, throughout this entire scandal, Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump have been fucking themselves over and over again. They just will not stay off the camera.
Rudy Giuliani won't. Right, he won't stay off the camera. He's burying himself. Donald Trump is just behaving like he could just do whatever he wants to do. He went on national television and denied it. He said that he was upset because there were other countries not paying Ukraine. That's why he was holding up the military aid.
Why does this matter to the American people? Why does this matter to Frank, who stays on 69th and Jeffrey?
Okay, are you asking why does this scandal matter, or why does the impeachment part matters? Because I have an answer for the impeachment part.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you asked me this, because I'm finally glad to say this. Nancy Pelosi, which is James' best friend.
Love her.
He loves her. She's the Speaker of the House. She did not want to do this. There was an entire investigation out on this man already before, and we didn't even impeach him. Mm-hmm. Okay? The reason why this is important to us now is because you have clear evidence that a president was abusing his power to office by having a foreign leader investigate a presidential candidate, and basically if he didn't do it, he's not going to release the military aid. Nancy Pelosi announces there's going to be an impeachment inquiry. There has to be accountability here. She's fully aware that we're not going to win in the Senate. Mm-hmm. There's no way that Republicans are going to vote this man out. You don't think Nancy Pelosi know that?
Of course Nancy
She's been
that.
doing this for as long as I've been alive.
The impeachment process, we're going to call it threefold. There's the inquiry.
Which is an investigation.
Which is the stage that we're in right now. We're in the impeachment inquiry, okay? It's an investigation. We gather in the facts, right? The next phase, after the facts have been gathered, the inquiry is usually the longest piece. After the facts have been gathered, we then move to a vote on the House, okay? All the facts are brought to the House, and the House of Representatives, all 435 members, will vote on whether or not to impeach the president. Now, the chances are, the way that it's looking right now, the House of Representatives will vote to impeach the president. But that is not the final step. The final step is the Senate. The Senate is led by the majority of Republicans. Chances are, as it stands right now, the Senate will not vote to convict Donald Trump to be impeached. The conviction piece is the piece that will cause for the removal of the president.
And so, like I was saying earlier, you will probably ask yourself, why are we going through this
if you
know that you're not going to remove them?
Right.
And that's why I said when you think about this, you have to think there's checks and balances for these people, and these people actually have jobs. I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi. It is her job to do something like this when a president is behaving this way. It's written right there in the Constitution. Even if she lose doing it, it's nowhere in the Constitution that said impeach a president only if you could win. That's not what you do.
Yeah.
You hold him accountable or her accountable, and you go through the process.
Yeah. Hit him with that citation.
Yeah.
It's the only, unfortunately, because the president is such a powerful position, really the only way to kind of backhand the president is to impeach his ass. That's the only way you can do it. Or her ass. My apologies.
Right.
You got to impeach him. So that's where we're at right now. We got an entire scandal about a phone call to a foreign leader to invade a political rival.
He released some transcripts.
Oh, yeah. He released the phone call transcripts and he released the whistleblower complaint.
You're right.
Off center now. At
Off center now. You will find that on there. And that was bizarre in itself. I mean, now he's going out attacking a whistleblower, talking about what we used to do back in the day to people who are spies and people who get convicted with treason. Yeah, we used to execute them. I guess the president, guys, is saying that we should kill the whistleblower.
I don't know what kind of times we're in. I don't know. I really wish you could sit there and see our faces as this thing just began to unravel.
Especially when Nancy Pelosi officially opened up the impeachment inquiry. Now, guys, let's be clear, because this is an educational episode. You could do an impeachment inquiry and find nothing. Hey, okay, let's go back to normal. And then there's no vote. This could be another way, and they could go ahead and pull the trigger. And he was still considered to be a president that would be impeached. He would go right there on the wall with Bill Clinton and Nixon. Bill Clinton is still considered a president that was impeached. He just wasn't convicted.
You know, there's a theory out there that if Nixon actually had have just held his ground, that the Senate wouldn't have voted him out.
Oh, my God. I read an article about that.
The Senate wouldn't have voted him out because the Senate was actually majority Republican.
Okay, go to Off Center now. I'm not seriously. I'm gonna post that same article. It's about Nixon and the whole Senate thing. I'm very glad you talked about that.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help. So, guys, hopefully we did not talk all over your heads. We tried to break it down as easy as we could. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. There are tons of more things that we could discuss. We just wanted to get you caught up so that when you look at the news or you have a conversation, you won't be lost, or they won't throw some curveball at you. Okay? Yeah.
Now, to the nerds out there, we know there's a ton more we could have talked about, but we're just trying to keep it simple. A phone call, a favor, military aid, impeachment. Okay.
Just to wrap it up, here's a final word. The cop that shot the guy.
Oh, geez.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Guire?
I thought her name was Amber or something.
Amber Guire or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I should be right. So, I'm sorry, guys.
In Texas, Dallas, Texas, a while ago, cop ends up walking into a house and shoots somebody who's in their own house. And her excuse was she thought it was her house.
Yeah, and she worked a 13-hour shift and she was tired.
Well, that whole story, she went to court this week, and that court situation just took the country through some highs and lows.
Yeah, if she was found guilty.
She was convicted of first-degree murder. But then only sentenced for 10 years.
How many people you know in our neighborhood like that?
I know people with parking tickets that probably got longer.
Literally.
But I say all that to say, I want you to go online, post this for me.
Yep.
You're gonna post this for me. I want you to go online.
I think. Oh, it's actually already on there.
Okay, I want you to go online and I want you to look at the response from the victim's family after they found out that the cop was sentenced to only 10 years after walking into the home of this man and shooting him dead in his own house eating ice cream. Look at how the family responded, particularly the brother. Is that level of grace that we need right now in this country?
But I agree. Look at the judge too. See what the judge did.
Again, follow us online, Off Center Now, at Twitter, Off Center Now. We love you guys. We have 100 followers. We want 100 more. Oh, the debates.
Oh, yeah, debates, October 15th.
October 15th, the debates, yes.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right.
It's been fun.